Peace. It's your boy Nigga D. I'm incognito right now. You know what I'm saying? You can't see me because I'm in mannequin mode. And when I'm in mannequin mode, you know what I'm saying, you can't detect where I'm at. Now, watch this. This topic right here is about past lives. Past lives. So in our past lives, sometime we could have been more aggressive people because of the time frame in our past lives. We could be, more gentle, depending on how or wherever you was at. I believe that it's the being in us that travels everywhere that we don't even know about or can think about. But the thing is that sometimes it's miscommunication is the real topic of this segment right here. Miscommunication. Because we don't know how to address each other beings. And since we don't know how to address each other beings, we tend to clash. We tend not to know how to communicate correctly. Now, how about if it's a female with a more aggressive being and the male don't know how to interpret that? Now, especially with all the male superiority, we can't get mad at them. We have to comprehend that they are also carbon-based species with their own being that travels. And understanding that the being travels and goes through its own ups and downs and its own warriorship and its own finding itself and who itself really is, we have to understand that we have to communicate correctly, because if we don't, we'll misunderstand the being, which is ourself, which is a part of the one being, to better know itself. I know it's tricky. The power is within. We are within. And within is within. It is what it is. It's my belief that the male superiority that single-handedly, or not even single-handedly, because it's still going on, whoever started it, they knew that it was a female being. That's why 2017 you have religious colleges and religious places and institutions and some churches teaching that men came first. Love the Bible. I love the Bible, but you have to understand the time frame that it was written in. It was written in the male superiority time frame. And even though it's common sense that women came first, you have to understand that it wasn't the Bible and it's not God that misled you. The time frame of how the writers knew, they just knew. It's not that they were bad writers. They knew that some males with their superiority would not want a woman, she, or female being or female entity to be anywhere near them, because they wanted to be so high and mighty because of their testosterone, and they believed that they were stronger, which in fact some women that knock you out. So it's not even about the power of the male. It's about some males, and it's just my belief, they knew it wasn't a male entity. And because it wasn't a male entity, they got jealous and they just went all out since the beginning, the disrespect women and the just have an assault against women. Pay them less money, treat them disrespectful, say all these female jokes. That's why I don't laugh about the female jokes. Not only because I got, females in my family and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? I got a daughter, so it ain't funny. Because when you walk out the door, they're going to change it to all other type of jokes too. So that's just the reality of it. So it's just not good. Topic: miscommunications. How do we know how to properly communicate with each other? How do we know if in fact we are properly communicating with each other? How do we know that we're properly communicating with each other? Look at Chuck Norris. I like Chuck. I was a little pissed off at Chuck when Bruce died, but he ain't had nothing to do with that. I miss some of Bruce's students. But anyway, how do we know we're properly communicating with each other? Because the TV tells us that we are, in fact, properly communicating with each other. I think if we communicate on a different level as far as trying to touch our being, and I'm gonna show you dudes something. Watch this. It wasn't black and white during slavery that the white man helped save the black man. It was what's in the white man, his being. You know what I'm saying? They got the same being as us, because we are them are we. Not just because we migrated from Africa up into the Caucasus Mountain, where you'll see that last movie with the Fast and the Furious with my man in it, they dropped those cars onto the Caucasus Mountains. You see, they would never tell these dudes, you know, like in school, yo, you know, Caucasian derives from the Caucasus Mountains. They won't tell them that they are our brothers. See, but what's in the white man being that touched our being during slavery is within. It's not the color. They could have been orange. We could have been purple. We could have been on a different planet, you know, and it wouldn't have mattered. Their being would have touched it. You know what I'm saying? Look at Chuck. That's my man, Chuck Norris. Good man. Hey, yo, check this out, yo. So anyways, proper communication. I think we're not communicating on a proper level. I think we should communicate on the level of beings and understanding that this ain't the end. I think if we just understand this ain't the end and that we do in fact go someplace else, I think that just make our interactions with each other just totally different. If you just comprehend at some point you might have been that woman over there and that woman might have been you, and you had the same conversation 1,000 times, I just think it'd be a lot different. You know, you won't be hurting little animals because the little animal could be you. You hurting yourself.